Well, ladies and gentlemen, he finally did it. He finally saved the company. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. Aron, the hero, the CEO of AMC, the grandfather ape, the silverback. He's finally raised enough money to get AMC out of their dire predicament. We got to react to this tweet. Very quick video here. So recently he tweeted, "I am delighted to share this extremely important news with all of you. AMC has successfully raised $325 million of new equity capital through the issuance of 40 million shares." Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, AMC just did a reverse stock split. So their shares outstanding have gone down massively. I think they roughly had 150 million shares outstanding, something like that, before after the reverse stock split. Now they just issued an additional 40 million shares. So think about that dilution. That's 25% additional more shares that are now publicly traded, that are in the hands of the public. And how much money did he raise? $325 million. How much did they get per share? Well, a couple days ago, AMC was like, what, $10 per share, something like that? But you take 325 divided by 40 million. They basically got just over $8 of cash per share. Now, funny enough, you go down the tweet and you read this. He's trying to say that he's still with you, right? "I currently have an economic interest in more than 800,000 AMC shares now, rather than the more than 8 million AMC shares." Okay, so he's got a couple million invested in AMC, right? Here's the funny thing. His salary, this is what, 2020, 2022, is almost $19 million. Do you think he really gives a crap about the AMC shares that he holds? No, not at all. This equity raise was an absolute disaster. Now, I'm not necessarily faulting Aron. He's just trying to save the company, okay? The company needs cash to pay off its debts because they have negative operating cash flow, negative free cash flow, etc. And if they don't pay off their debts, they're gonna go bankrupt. And this is one of the steps they had to take. And you AMC apes just bought it. Oh, he's watching out for us. This is one of the steps he had to take. This was inevitable. They were going to do this. And the dilution, the splitting of your ownership of AMC has massively gone up. Now, let's think about what this $325 million is actually going to do for the company. So this is their most recent balance sheet right here. As of 2023, 6/30, so June 30th, 2023. It's now September 14th. They just raised $325 million. So we know some of this, the 458 that they had, the 458 million, some of that has been burnt away between now, or between the financial report and the current moment. Then they had the equity raise, okay? So let's say they burned 50 million, so they had 400 million. I'm just pulling numbers out of my butt. And then they raised 325 million. Now they have, what, $725 million on their balance sheet? Does that solve anything? Well, if we go down and look, their shareholder equity is still negative 2.5 billion. They are 2.5 billion. They have 2.5 billion more debts than assets, okay? And they just raised 325 million at the cost of 25% dilution and an even greater crash in the stock price. Let's go look at their cash burn. So the last quarter, they burned $13 million in operations and almost $50 million in capital expenditures. That's in one quarter. In the quarter prior to that, they burned $189 million in operations and spent $47 million in capital expenditures. So best case, maybe they can stretch themselves out a couple more quarters before they have to do another equity raise. Worst case, their cash burn goes back to where it was before, and within a year or less, unless they do another equity raise, they could go bankrupt because they would have no cash. It would all be gone. AMC is screwed. This equity raise, unless the company just massively turns around from here, it was a disaster. It's not going to make it. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. We go back and we look at the trends in the cash on the balance sheet. Look at the cash going down. Okay, since early 2021. Look at the cash just going down and down and down and down. Do you see the trend? We're going to have a recent spike next quarter, And then guess what it's going to keep doing unless they really change things around? It's going to go down and down and down and down again. And when you have no cash, you can't make your interest payments. And when you don't make your interest payments, guess what? Bankrupt! So keep holding, guys. There's going to be a short squeeze any day now. Any day now. What a freaking disaster. Choose! Check out the pinned comment below and join our Discord community where you can ask me questions directly via text. And if you sign up for the highest tier, you can actually meet me in person every 2 weeks. So check out the pinned comment, join the Discord community, and let's make some money.